They were
why do
for
we need to
Jaren.
friend?
They were for Jaren for specifically. Then you wanted them, and I was kind of actually afraid that Jaren would hand them over to you, and because of this whole block situation. So if I'm unblocked and we can have civil discourse, I'll show you all of my P900 images uncut, dude. And really, you can just watch my videos. You can watch my videos.
We don't need to be
show
friends
all of them.
to be able to swap files. And on that basis, fuck you. If you don't want to surrender them, fine. Fuck
No,
you.
it's not about being friends. It's about being able to actually contact you and not being blocked.
Yeah, I'm
bro.
alright with
Like I've contacted you on different email accounts because I already know that I'm blocked on other ones. Okay, so you've disregarded what I've had to say.
I'm all right with you. I'm all right with you not being able to contact me, Tim.
That's fine then. Then don't ask for any of my fucking work, dude. Don't expect to have any of my work in your hands because you, A, don't want to watch any of my videos, and B, want to block me like a little fucking coward, dude.
I didn't realize you had an ego, Tim. Now the cracks are showing.
No, so I'm just telling you the truth and how I feel. I'm very fucking upfront, bro. That's how I am.
Right, guys, come on. Right,
yeah, so everyone has an ego. Nobody kills their ego, dude. What are you talking about? You have an ego, obviously. What are you talking about?
Anyway,
so what?
So
yeah, but you don't matter in my ego, though.
Just talk about the evidence.
Okay, cool, man. Cool. You're just arguing flat Earth just to argue flat Earth, just to piss off people on the globe side. There's actual people that believe this shit, okay, man?
Okay.
They actually believe it because of what you do.
Sorry,
with regards to
asking me a question, can we just round out the question?
Arwen, you say the globe of the heavens. It's called the celestial sphere, and it works on the fucking sphere, dude. Give me a break.
Sphere, though.
Only if you presuppose it's all physical objects.
Oh, okay, yeah. Then it's metaphysical in your world, where there's looping rectangular fucking Android simulation models going on, bro.
Metaphysical.
Yes, it is metaphysical. If it's not fucking physical, then it's metaphysical, Arwen.
No, it's holographic.
Yes.
Of a light
nature,
not
it's holographic. So is that physical or is it metaphysical, dude?
Nothing theoretical.
When he's right. He's right.
What hologram here on Earth is not physical in some sense or another, dude?
Light is non-physical.
So it's metaphysical. Light is metaphysical in your world.
No.
Then what's the third option?
What do you mean the third option?
If it's not metaphysical, if it's not physical, then what is it?
Is light metaphysical? You know what? I'll just.
You mean it has no mass? You mean, but it is physical light.
Well, it has
like
no mass.
lasers can
not
burn things. That's
the point. Is the light is being emanated from something that probably is physical. Now, really, guys, it doesn't matter if it's intangible. It doesn't matter if it's metaphysical or physical. We can stand on the Earth at different latitudes and longitudes that presuppose something. Whatever, doesn't matter. If you give me pi, which is the correct fucking way to do stuff with circles. If you give it to me and I apply it in real life and it works, then fine, okay? So we can apply what they've given us in real life as far as the latitude and longitude system and how the fucking celestial sphere works. Yeah, and it works all the time, okay? It could be geocentric, could be heliocentric, either one. It's still fucking sphere. Like, get on with it.
Light is still considered a physical object.
It's all good. Anyway, can we get back to the question you asked me? So you said, can we assume that these bodies of water are flat everywhere because we see small sections that are flat? Then you said you'd got evidence of buildings being obscured. And I said, well, so what? What does that prove? And you said, well, it's being caused by something. So where's the connection to the flat water? I don't get it.
No, the original question you just actually recited was not even answered. So can you just get to the original question and then you can ask me questions about why I'm asking?
If I haven't answered it, my bad. Ask me again.
You just recited it perfectly. I'm just saying, like, with your logic about him saying there's 10 photos of an ice wall doesn't mean that there's an ice wall around. I totally agree with that, logically speaking.
Okay.
But then we take that to water is flat on a small level, therefore it's the oceans of the world are flat. That's my question. Can you make that jump as they do? Because I think that your logic would be kind of incoherent at that point.
So I did answer you. Hold on. So I did answer you. I said, unless I see evidence to the contrary, and you said, I've got evidence of buildings being obscured, not buildings of water not being flat. You said, I've got buildings obscured.
But the thing about geometry is that as I raise my height, I start to see more of not only the buildings, but the water as well. So the water is obstructing itself even at the Great Salt Lake because there's some kind of geometric thing happening. If you
Why
want
is
to
it
argue that
geometric?
they're sinking,
It's just an
that's
angle.
fine. But let's have a
Not
coherent
geometry.
argument about this.
It's
an angle.
perspective.
It's just an
Okay,
angle
but
that
perspective
you're viewing
has
it at.
nothing to do with things being obstructed. Okay,
Observe?
all it is horizontally
Observe?
as well as vertically
It does.
getting smaller in the
Are you
distance.
talking
You
about
guys never use
observation?
perspective. You guys never
Are
use
you
perspective
talking about
equation.
observations? Because that falls under being observed.
Okay, but you're
and
explaining
then
obstruction
perspective
with perspective.
applies. Every
No,
time
okay,
there is
yes,
an
it
actual
does.
observation,
Arwen.
perspective applies.
Arwen, you're trying to apply
Everything that
perspective
comes
to
with it,
obstruction.
including diffraction.
Arwen, you're trying to apply obstruction to it being perspective, right?
And you're
So
trying
that's
to apply,
the
and you're
crux
trying
of
to
the
apply
argument
it to
here.
water
I'm
not
saying
being
that
flat, Tim.
perspective doesn't say anything. The equation, the law of perspective, the art perspective has nothing to do with things being obstructed.
Yes, it
Yeah, it
does.
does.
And it's
Tim.
actually talking
it
about
does.
an infinite point.
Yes, it does.
Diffraction. Look
Yes, it
it up.
does.
Not
Every-
diffraction.
Aries
So now you're giving
diffraction.
me something else, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Angle
It's
of
just like
incidence and
anything but
Aries
curve, guys.
diffraction, you're just
Anything
not
but curve.
listening.
Side
just not
effect.
listening.
It's a phenomena of perspective.
Yeah, it's the optical slant.
Diffraction.
Yeah, I've heard it, man.
Yeah,
Tim,
Aries
even if it-
diffraction.
It's
Look it up.
officially
Not in the right place.
to be a thing.
Look it up.
in science.
Aries diffraction. It is
Tim,
a
even
thing.
if it was curved, it's in the wrong place.
Angle of incident. Look it up. It's a thing.
Correct.
Nothing to do with geometry. Everything to do with the angle you view something at.
So Nathan, can I ask you something? You explained this once by saying that a person that is really far away and you get farther, the shoes disappear first, and then the rest of the body, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
So
Not
the
on a
angle.
track, but
Alright.
on a football field
Yeah.
where there's
So-
a curve, yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah,
this
it's
is
alright.
due to
Tim's going to run
perspective
for
and
it.
angular size and
Tim
stuff
doesn't
like
like
that.
this. Tim wants
Alright,
R to
so
obscure
if-
everything. So Tim doesn't want to hear this because he wants it to be R obscuring these buildings. That's what he wants.
But
No, it's just the Earth that is
The
spherical
R,
in-
right? Just the
in
Earth.
geometry
Exactly,
speaking.
Tim, dickhead. Ah, the Earth obscuring. That's what I
In
said.
R I trust, yeah, because it works.
Yeah, because you have
What's the
to
alternative,
presuppose
man?
You have to
it.
deny
Okay.
perspective.
This is why you're swearing
Yes,
so
that's
much, because you're
deny
triggered.
perspective.
You haven't got an out for this. You said you were looking for
Perspective
scientific
denier.
evidence.
You
of
have
it,
no
Tim.
antithesis.
Did
so
you find the
it's pathetic.
scientific evidence of
You've
art?
never
You
even
said you were
tested the
looking for
fucking
it.
claims. You've never
Did you find
tested
it?
anything, bro.
Did you find that scientific
Right, let me-
evidence, Tim?
All over the place.
You said you were
Nathan,
looking
let
for
me
it,
let me
Tim.
respond. Tim said that we can't model it. He said that we can't explain it, we can't model it. Yeah, we can explain it, and yeah, we can model it. And it has been modelled, and I'm waiting for one of your morons to come back with me to how it models on a sphere, because we do see an obstruction caused by something on whether it's a sphere or not. Now, your claim is that it's curved. Our claim is that it's either optical or caused by the angular resolution limitation, or a combination of both. But we can model
Can
it.
I ask you a question? Let's clear this up right now because I think the angular resolution thing is a bad argument for flat earthers personally. So do my eyes have the same angular resolution as a P900 and a Nikon D3200 with a different type of lens on?
No, obviously
No?
not.
Oh, okay. So I see the same thing with 3 cameras and my eyes. So why is it angular resolution brought into this?
You don't see the same thing with
Why
3
is it
cameras
that
in
your
your eyes. You've
camera
got zoom.
blockage at 20
Hold on,
or
you've got a
30
diffraction
miles
limit.
when other
The
people are seeing
diffraction.
60
I've said
miles.
this twice. You've got the
Nobody's
diffraction
seeing
limit.
60 miles
You
near
have
the
got.
ground, buddy.
Are you not going to like the answer? Are you, Tim? You have a
bud.
diffraction limit
Go ahead, man.
based on the aperture. Go and look it up. Diffraction limit. So no, your eyes aren't the same as a camera. Your pupil's not the same as a lens, Tim.
Yeah, that's kind of the point. You guys say that.
Oh no,
angular
you just said you
resolution
saw
is
the same
why
thing in your
sometimes
camera as you
it's
saw
part
with
of
your eyes. So
obstruction,
it's
but I'm saying,
kind of
well,
not
I
the
have
same
3
thing.
different
That's
things.
kind of the antithesis
Oh,
of
never
what you
mind.
just said. So it's not the same thing then, Tim, as you asserted it was. I see the same thing with my camera as I see with my eyes, but they're not the same as you've just double
I see the
backed,
amount of
doubled
obstruction.
down,
The same amount of
contradicted
obstruction.
yourself. It's all right, Tim. Go away and assume R.
Okay, well, assume that R doesn't work then. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't need to assume it at all,
Where does
my
that get
friend.
you?
Don't need to assume it at all. In R, you
So you have
trust.
no antithesis to how the world works, but we have a clear
A
and
radius.
present
You've got a
fucking
radius,
way
so
it
it's all
works.
good, right? You've got a
It's there.
radius that you can presuppose. You look at a shadow on the light in the sky
It
and
works,
decide you're on a sphere. It's pathetic.
Then everything's a presupposition. If you can't work it out that the presupposition is correct,
What,
then
sorry?
everything is a presupposition.
I'm finished.
No.
I finished a while ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
No.
Just shouting at Tim. Just
If
for fun.
if they say that the radius
Oh,
is
yes,
X,
you're right.
and I
You're
test
perfectly
if I
right.
test
So-
with the sky,
Yeah.
if it's X, then what's better than something that works?
I'll turn it down.
You can't use a presupposition.
Sorry.
Yeah, then it's gonna fall apart.
just
You're
shout at
exactly
him for
right.
fun.
Yeah.
So since I'm on the latitude of Utah right now, near Salt Lake City, if I take the night sky and I go to Texas here tomorrow and I take imagery of the night sky as well, find out where Polaris is and stuff like that, and just see, like, if I said, okay, I'm presupposing this value, therefore 69 miles, every 69 miles there's going to be 1 degree of arc, therefore I'm actually going to project through this presupposition that I should see this, and then I go there and I actually see it empirically. Like, what am I supposed to say?
Yeah, it's
I should still disbelieve it.
I've been there. I've done
miles
that.
and 1 degree is not actually true. You say that, but it's not true. Metabunk even debunks that.
Well, you're talking about stars
The
on the
models
horizon
make
now?
it very
Stars on the
easy
horizon?
for you to fool yourself that that is the case. Indeed.
Personally, Riley, I've always said that I really don't take anything that that guy says because he says he debunks all of. There's no such thing as a conspiracy to him. So things like 9/11 and stuff. So I really didn't like to even go to his website, but I started using the curve calculator because it became such an issue here. So it validates my observations. But yeah, when he starts talking about like stars on the horizon and stuff, it's too matter of fact, and I haven't really tested myself.
Sorry, Anthony, you just need to get a bit of clarity from Tim. So when you said earlier that you've got pictures of buildings being obscured, and that proves that water bends, what you actually meant was a calculator that automatically assumes you're on a sphere and gives you a value for that sphere says that the obstruction's caused by the sphere you've presupposed, therefore the water bends. Is that what you're saying?
No, you straw man me from the very beginning, so the answer is no.
So
I never said that my pictures prove that there's a curve. I actually wanted an explanation of how that works on a flat plane.
Oh, it's not proof of a curve. It's only a curve if you presuppose it's a curve.
I never said it was. You keep going on about it is.
When you asked me why I would think that water at rest isn't flat, and then when I said because there's no examples of it, you said I've got an example of buildings obscured. Now we're down to how you think that means water bends. It's because you assume that the Earth is a sphere with a begging the question perspective omitting calculator, and that calculator that has assumed already that you're on a sphere says that the obstruction you're seeing is caused by the sphere they've presupposed, therefore the water bends, according to you.
Well, this is called obfuscation actually at its greatest because...
No, it's called dismantling your argument. You said that I don't see any reason to see that water at rest is flat. And I said I've seen no demonstration of it not being flat. And you cited your photography with buildings being obscured as a rebuttal.
Wouldn't that be evidence that it's not flat plane? Isn't that evidence of that?
No.
It's looking over water and there's obstruction over water.
And what's that obstruction, Tim? Sorry, Tim. What's causing that obstruction? What's causing that obstruction? What's causing that obstruction, Tim? Is it the presupposition of an R value that's causing that obstruction?
No, actually, it's just the observation in of itself. I look at the buildings, I know that they are there, but half of them are gone. So how do you explain that on a
so that would be evidence of a building being obscured. Not of the Earth being curved, Tim.
Flat water. So if
yeah,
I'm
you're alright. You talk all over it. I know you don't like this, Tim. It's devastating to your argument. All of your shitty observations with your long-distance photography and your drone are worth nothing unless you assume R, Tim. That's why you sound so emotional and charged and swearing. Because it demolishes.
It just shows obstruction no matter if I take R into effect or not.
What's causing the obstruction, Tim? What's causing it?
It's just a video.
What's causing it? Is it Earth curve causing it?
In my worldview, yeah, the Earth is a sphere. Yep.
Oh, right. So if we assume the Earth is a sphere, then the obstruction is the sphere that you presuppose, Tim.
I have evidence for the Earth being a sphere. Do you have a fucking problem with that, or what?
Get angry, Tim.
All of the evidence you
eat
deny,
your mic, Tim. Why don't
you
eat your mic? Eat your mic and just show everybody how triggered you are about this. Did you find your scientific evidence of R that you said you were looking for?
Yeah, it's all over in the sky, but you guys have to stick your head in the sand in the sky.
What was the hypothesis for this scientific evidence?
Well, we have to define terms first. So when you're talking about a scientific experiment, you say that you can't use any instruments at all because that's man-made. So
no, I say the phenomena can't be man-made, Tim. For example, a pendulum would be man-made. If that's what you're observing, then your observed phenomena is man-made. So let's not dice terms. Let's get it clear. Your observed phenomena, your dependent variable, must not be man-made.
Okay, so you're actually, so the quantum eraser experiment you deny, right?
Sorry, their observed phenomena being what, Tim?
What is the observed phenomena?
I'm asking you. You've just
actually,
cited
because
it.
you're taking your barking
You just
orders
cited
from
it.
a religious
Sorry,
fundy,
you
and I know
just
their
cited
arguments,
it,
and I know the
Tim.
real arguments.
You just cited it, so you tell me the observed phenomena for radius.
No, remember we were defining terms, and I said that you think that science is the study of the natural world, and that doesn't include any man-made things at all, which is actually completely factually incorrect. You can actually look this up, what the natural world is when it's talking about science. Another thing that
Show
you
us.
just
Show
completely
us.
deny.
Show us, then. Let's have a
I
look.
did already. I came
Show
onto
us.
your show about maybe 100 shows ago and showed you, actually.
Oh, really? I don't
where it
remember.
says the natural world is the study. It doesn't negate man-made shit, dude.
Does it not?
It does not.
Let's have a little look.
When you look up natural world, yes, but in a scientific context, it's going to say it's also the study of what man does too.
Really? Let's have a little look.
Yeah. I'm on my phone obviously right now, just chilling out in my car. But you know what? I'll go live here in a minute, and I will invite you to come on, and we can chat about the natural world. And we can also chat about the hypocrisy of saying that you can't use any kind of experimentation made by man to do anything, but anything that the flat earther says.
No, not the experimentation made by man. You see, you're misrepresenting our argument, Tim. It's not the experimentation that can't be made by man. That would be absurd. It's the observed phenomena that can't be made by man. The observed phenomena must be taking place in the natural world. You're observing natural phenomena.
Wait, I would like to see it, Tim. So you said you made pictures and stuff like that. What's your channel called so I can find it? Because I don't know how to search for it.
Look up Kettle Logic, Kettle space Logic, and it's like a red
E space Logic. Okay,
so,
right, Logic. Yep.
Tim, I'm just curious. So I've got the Merriam-Webster definition. It says the natural world.
Yeah, natural world, not the scientific. It's kind of like looking up theory in the Merriam dictionary, then looking up scientific theory.
Yeah,
okay,
I know what
so
a scientific
I'll go over
theory
this
is.
here on my channel.
Yes,
here in a
I know what a scientific theory is, Tim. I'm just looking at natural world, though, so we can come on to scientific theory. I understand what that is too. So the natural world is defined by Merriam-Webster as all of the animals, plants, and other things existing in nature and not made or caused by people. Are you a fuckwit?
I think he's gone.
Yeah, I'll conclude this by saying Tim Osman is a fuckwit.